Finally, new rule, there's nothing wrong with not having an opinion on something. Especially if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And if you're getting your facts from TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, I don't want to hear your hot take on asymmetrical warfare, because there's a term for someone who gets their news from Facebook. Mom. You know, among the worst things that social media ever did was it made everyone feel they had to weigh in on every controversial issue or breaking news story, and that's my job. Today, everybody's got to share their theory on everything, whether it's trans women on the swim team or whether dwarves should play non-dwarves in the Snow White movie. Hey. But has anyone noticed that the more time everyone spends telling everyone else their political position on everything, the more we've been at each other's throats? Here's a trend I would love to see on Twitter. No opinion. You're not actually legally obliged to have an opinion. Do you know why the Indians and the Pilgrims were able to sit peaceably through the first Thanksgiving? Because nobody brought up politics, even though I'm sure the Indians had strong feelings about immigration. Back in the 90s, Michael Jordan famously said he stayed out of politics because, quote, Republicans buy sneakers too. And then Kanye said, and don't forget Nazis. But the days when someone could say that and keep their opinions to themselves, those days are gone. Big Brother says that having no opinion is not an option anymore. You must participate in this online circle jerk. You will be seen as an insensitive prick who's single-handedly obstructing much-needed progress in the world. Did you post a black square? No? Well, that's why there's still racism.
All right, stopping it there, and welcome to Mika Reacts and Reviews. We're reacting to things on the internet. Today we're returning to Bill Maher. So, the no opinion. I do think like having an opinion about everything is kind of an American thing. At least that's what I've been told through my travels, that a lot of other people see Americans as overly opinionated, and I think this whole like freedom and that kind of thing where we feel like our voices need to be heard, it can be a good and a bad thing, but I do think that people need to sort of take on and adopt the idea of just saying like, I don't know, I don't have an opinion, I'm not educated on this, I don't want to take sides. Like I myself have said about the Israel and Palestine thing, like I'm not taking sides, I don't feel like I'm educated enough to take sides. I will like to educate myself, but I'm not having a big opinion about this thing. But the reason why a lot of people feel forced to not have an opinion, not because they can sort of anonymously sort of troll on the internet and kind of say their inner thoughts without repercussions. I think also we've been told being apolitical is racist, and transphobic, and homophobic, and sexist. We've been told being apolitical is a cause of like white privilege, or you're coming from a place of privilege if you're apolitical. And because everything has been made political, everyone feels forced to take a side so they can seem like they're a good person, or they're on the right side of history, or they're virtue signaling for the right side. But I do think people need to go back to just being like, I don't know, and also I actually don't care, and it doesn't really make me a bad person because I don't care. This does not concern me. The whole black square thing, again, that's just another virtual signal. That doesn't really mean anything. It's just literally a black square on the internet. You're not doing nothing. You have done nothing to move the society forward. I'm gonna get back into the video.
Here's what it is. The younger generations were raised wrong. So they can't stand for a minute the idea that other people have opinions different than their own. 59% of consumers now will buy a product or boycott a product based solely on the political stance a company takes. Gen Z consumers need to know if their spermicide condemns cockfighting. Disney didn't want to get into a big pissing match with Ron DeSantis about sex in grade school, but its employees sure did, so they had to. Now one side thinks Disney said too much, the other thinks it didn't say enough. We see this pattern over and over. We saw it with Bud Light when they did ads with a trans influencer. and MAGA Nation thought it was a plot to use beer to turn them gay. Pride Month is now a minefield for corporations. This year, Target put up special rainbow displays which presented Christians who oppose gay marriage with an impossible choice. Either support a gay lifestyle and go to hell for it, or shop at Kohl's.
I think one of the reasons why a lot of some corporations, of course, go woke is because they think it's going to lead to more sales and more business. They don't actually care about the cause. And if you are naive to think that they care about the cause, you are naive. And I don't think people even care if they care about the cause or not. I think people just want their side to win. They want their side to have the biggest influence, the most power, and the biggest voice in the culture and society. But another reason why I think companies go woke is because they employ woke progressive employees, and then those are the employees who will either push these woke campaigns or pressure the company to be more woke. I think it's going to backfire eventually. I think I've even seen some papers talking about, like, if people have the pronouns in their bio or certain hashtags in their bio, they'll be more likely to be rejected from a job because people just feel like, I know already what your ideology is and I just don't want to deal with it at the workplace because it just makes things really inefficient. And of course, the whole go woke, go broke thing, businesses are now, losing money over it. Not all the time, but a lot of times. Yeah, like everyone went literally crazy over the what is his name? Dylan. I don't personally think this person is trans. I think this person is a performer. They are an actor. They're literally an actor. They went to LA to become an actor. And if you look at them before they were wearing a dress, their personality never changed. It's still Dylan, went in a dress or out of dress. His personality never changed. It's just like a stereotype or a caricature of a woman. I think the boycott against Bud Light actually did work. Bud Light lost a lot of money, but I also think it's one of those things where it was a little bit like, okay, this is kind of petty. We don't really need to give this too much attention. Dylan got his check, so they're happy. But I also just think people just feel like it's being forced down their throat. Like, we get it. We don't want to keep seeing this and hearing about this. It's being forced down our throat now. And like the whole rainbow thing and the kids section, depending on the age, if it's very young kids, I do think it's kind of unnecessary because it's pride. Pride is not just about your sexuality, it's about your identity, like your identity as a person. But a lot of it has to do with your sexuality, and why should kids be thinking about that? If you want to introduce pride and what pride means to you, to your child as an individual, you can do that. But I think, brands or corporations sort of pushing that or displaying that very lavishly and very loudly in kid sections, I think is kind of unnecessary. I think it depends on the age range, though. If it's teenagers, fine, whatever. But when it's like little kids, it's like, what is the point? Why do they need to be introduced to this so young? Because I just think it's just inherently linked to sexuality. So why do kids need to be introduced to ideologies that's inherently linked to sexuality? But anyway, let's continue.
And why did I ever need to know that Chick-fil-A is chicken that's Christian? Can't it just be chicken? This is unsustainable. It's unsustainable. To politicize everything means we're always fighting because we don't all agree and never will. And most people don't want to be forced to say anything. Kylie Jenner posted, "We stand with the people of Israel," and then deleted it, which is pretty much the opposite of standing with. One executive who was interviewed about the pressure companies have felt to make a statement about the Hamas war said, "We're not historians. A lot of us didn't understand the issue very well, didn't understand the history." Exactly. And I bet you still don't, so why not just shut the fuck up? I don't need to be reminded that Spanx's stretchy pants are against racism. I don't care who Frito-Lay stands with. You make bean dip. Just do that. Stop making everything about some other random deeper shit. When I hear Astroglide wants you to know that they support stop. You lost me. I don't want to live in this annoying world where they can't drink Bud Light and we can't eat Chick-fil-A. I'm sick of all of it. This Thanksgiving, I'm going to make beer can chicken with Bud Light and Chick-fil-A And anybody who doesn't like it can go fuck themselves. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
All right, guys, that was Bill Maher talking about woke. I think woke capitalism or woke corporations or something like that, the title of the video. Yeah, there's a reason why they're making everything political, because if they make everything political, then we're always fighting against each other. The whole divide and conquer thing. Light bulb. Anyway, boomers have Facebook. Boomers definitely have Facebook. I literally have not been on Facebook since 2020. It's scary out there. And Gen Z has TikTok. Everybody's in their echo chambers. Yay! Anyway, guys, tell me what you think of this video. If you agree with him or me, if you disagree with him or me, let me know in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And donate. It helps keep me on this platform. And you guys have an amazing, amazing day. Bye!
Finally, new rule, there's nothing wrong with not having an opinion on something. Especially if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.